Today we're going to talk about one of the best Incarnon weapons, and just weapons in general in the game, and probably my favorite primary in the game, the Torid. So the Torid, it's a weapon that I don't really see a lot of people talk about, and it's low-key kind of criminally underrated with how good it is. Honestly, I think, not in like DPS wise, but just overall, I think it'd probably be better than the consensus number one, the Latron Prime. I think this is a lot better in my opinion. So with the Torid, unlike most Incarnon weapons, you would have to hit headshots. With the Torid, all you have to do is shoot them and it'll charge your Incarnon that way, so you don't have to hit headshots. So it synergizes really well with frames that die really easily. Synergizes the best, I would say, with probably someone like Saren, because Saren dies really easily, but she's like a toxin-based Warframe, and it's the same thing with the Torid. It's like a toxin-based weapon, especially if you build it that way. So they synergize really well in that regard. And on top of that, you don't have to sit there and try to aim in and get your headshots to charge your Incarnon. So you won't like have to sit there and like risk a chance of dying when you're doing that. You can just shoot it, you know what I'm saying? You shoot at them and they'll charge that way. And then once your Incarnon's built and you're in your Incarnon form, it's like a laser beam, and it shoots in like the same way the Kuva newcomer does, in the way where you shoot a laser beam at somebody and it chains to the next enemy. But this does significantly more damage than a newcomer, and it's gonna kill them with I wouldn't say within seconds, within milliseconds it's gonna kill them, and it's gonna kill everybody in the room. So you press one button and everybody's dead in the room. You could see by the gameplay. And I really suggest that you probably turn down the number text size of your damage numbers, because your screen is going to be filled with just gigantic red and orange numbers. So I guess it could get kind of annoying, but I like seeing big numbers, so I don't really care. But without further ado, before we actually get into giving you the builds and the certain Incarnons that we're going to pick, certain evolutions of the Incarnons we're going to pick, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you like the video, and yeah, without further ado, let's just get in. Starting out with the second evolution, because the first evolution, there's only one option, so there's practically no point in talking about it. So with the second evolution, we are going to pick Plentiful Mayhem. Increased base damage by 31. Multi-shot consumes ammo directly from capacity and does 60% more damage. So it sounds bad because it's consuming more ammo, but you're really not going to be using your ammo because you're going to be in the Incarnon form mainly. So really it's no drawbacks and just more damage pretty much. Now going into the third evolution, we use Extended Volley. Increase base magazine capacity by 9. So the other one, it's going to take away from your magazine capacity because the multi-shot, and this is going to add to your magazine capacity. So the drawbacks will be pretty much nothing because you're having more base magazine capacity, which is going to help. So if you didn't like the drawbacks from the second evolution, this third evolution is going to help. The other ones don't really matter. The other one is like it's long. The linger of the toxin is longer on your last shot, which you're never going to hit your last shot because you're going to your Incarnon before you hit your last shot. The other one is projectile speed, which also doesn't really matter. So this is definitely the best option. And now for the final evolution, we're going to go Commander's Fortune. Increase base critical chance by 20%. So I'm going to be honest, all the last evolutions are good. Like the other one, it goes half and half on status and crit. The other one is pure status, and this one is pure crit chance. The reason we're going pure crit chance is because if you can see, if you have your own Torid, you'll see that the status is already good on it, so you don't really need to build into more status. There's no point because you're gonna be doing status anyways. So we're gonna build into more crit chance because we want higher DPS, right? So this is literally the best option. So we're gonna go for the more base crit chance. Now with that being said, this build is mainly targeted around hitting the most DPS as possible. If you wanted a status-based Torid, I'm not saying it's a bad idea, but you're getting less DPS from the build. So if you wanted to make a status-based Torid and you wanted to change the fourth evolution to something else, you're more than welcome to. I'm just letting you know it's a worse option if you're trying to hit the most damage as possible. But with that being said, I'm going to show you the build right now, and we'll just hop into it, and I'm going to explain. I'm not going to explain every mod, but I'm going to explain most of them so you can kind of get the gist of how you'd want to build the weapon. Alright, so this is the build. I do have a Riven for the Torid, but I took it off so I can give y'all a build that everyone can use. Well, probably not everybody, but because not everybody has galvanized mods, but it's more accessible, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to start off with the Arcane. I'm using Primary Merciless, so I don't have to run any like serration or any damage-based things. And on top of that, we're not running Deadhead because you don't really have to hit headshots, and it's kind of unlikely that you will hit headshots when you're using the Torid. So we're going to use Primary Merciless. We got Galvanized Chamber for the more multi-shot, Aptitude for more status, and then we have Malignant Force and Rhyme Rounds, so we can get the 120% more status on top of Aptitude, and we proc Viral. Critical Delay for more crit, but it's taken away from fire rate, but it's a laser beam, so fire rate doesn't really affect you all too much. Honey Munition, so every time you hit a crit, it has a chance of giving you a slash proc, which pretty much just giving you more damage, so that's always cool. Vital Sense for more crit damage, always cool, and then Hammer Shot for more status and crit. So by these mods, you can tell that we're aiming towards mainly DPS, multi-shot and crit as much as possible, and we have the status in there. So we have 3 status mods in total. That's why I was saying you don't really need to make a status Torid build, because you're already going to have enough status. So yeah, this is probably the best build that you'll see for the Torid, point blank period. But with that being said, if you guys have any suggestions of builds I should make next, or if you have any builds that you want me to cover, my Instagram will be in the link in the description, or I'll even leave it in the comments. Just DM me, send me the build, I'll look at it. If I think it's good, I'll make a video on it. And if you do want me to make a guide on anybody or any weapon, anything at all, let me know in the comments. I'll be sure to make it. And like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see y'all later.